So with creating content right now, I feel like I've come to a point where I want to create the best work I can, but I also want to get the most attention for my work and my content as possible. So, and I think these two points that I'm trying to fulfill here, they are contradictory, and that's why I wanted to make this short video of how I feel about that. Being creative is where you are in a state of being, in a way of being where you just focus on one thing and just pay attention to one thing, and you kind of play with that and experiment with that, and you approach it like a child. And so if you approach your creative work, your creative content like that, I think you will put out the best work you can. And the problem with that is, if you put out this content and it gets some kind of attention, so you gain some followers and some views and likes, I think it puts some pressure on you, and also on your work, and also on your creative being, because as you see your views and likes and followers grow, you feel like you have to constantly provide and keep pushing the content, even if you're not in this creative state right now. And so you kind of force yourself to being creative, but I don't think that's how being creative works. I think being creative should be effortless. It should be when you are at peace, and when you have a clear, peaceful mind, when you don't feel anything from outside. So you should do the work for yourself and not for the viewer. And the first viewer of your work is yourself. So you should like the content you put out, and you shouldn't do the content or the creative work for the people who you think might like this. Or you shouldn't think, oh, I made this piece of content right here and I don't really like it myself, but I know that a lot of people out there will like it and they will give me the attention for it. And with that also money comes, and I can build a business with it. And I think that's like a business way to approach it, like commerce way. And I'm not sure right now on which way to approach being a content creator or being a creative person in general. I think creating content should be just pure joy and fun and playfulness, and you get to experiment with different kinds of ways to put your creative self out there. But when you combine it with getting attention, it's really difficult to just stay in that mindset that you just want to create for yourself. And that's just the point where I'm at right now, where I have to learn that with creating more and more content, and with putting out more and more creative work, there will be people who are watching you and who are interacting with your work. And I think I shouldn't let myself be influenced from that too much, so I can keep on staying in this creative act and this way of being where I can work effortlessly. Yeah, I think attention, getting attention, and being creative are two things that don't go along that well if you can't handle it. If you learn how to approach these two aspects of being a content creator, I think there's a good chance that you could push yourself out of the situation where you think every piece of content needs to get this and this attention. I think you can also be a creative person and make a business out of it. I don't think that as a creative person you can't be also a businessman. I don't think that. I think there's a balance which you have to find out how to balance these two aspects. That's where I'm at right now, so I wanted to share my thoughts on that. If you are, maybe you are, as a content creator, you're also in this dilemma right now. So please go ahead and tell me in the comments how you feel about that. If you can connect with me on that, I would also be happy to just interact with you guys, and subscribe if you want to keep going along with me on my journey. See you guys next time.
Sitze on der Floor, bin bewusst, baue mir ein imaginäres Vorbild, verschluckt, schweife ab, Memories rücken vor, greife zum Phone, setze die Zeitmaschine über die Ohren, bin zwar home, aber auch irgendwie